Yo! Happy Saturday, it's your boy Tristan News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for everyone who subscribed to the channel. If you ain't subbed to the channel, make sure you do. Make sure you join that membership. Smash that like button, man. I need y'all to smash that like button so this video can get around to everybody, man, who need to listen, man. It's a life lesson, man, behind all these videos. Shout out to the real Mod Squad, man. If you ain't following my Mod Squad, make sure you go and follow them, man. If you got anything extra, man, it's snowing outside, cold outside, man, the hawk is his. Brick, son. Hey, give up a coat, scarf, hat, gloves, pants, thermals, shoes, boots, whatever you got, man, extra, man. Food, hygiene, bag it up, man. Take it outside and give it to somebody less fortunate, man, who need it, man. Y'all already know I'm doing the series, What Happened To, man. And today, man, was requested, man. One of the people who was requested, man, is DThang, OTF DThang, man. What happened to OTF DThang? So I'm going to give you a little bit about DThang that I know about him. A memory or two about DThang. And then I'm going to tell you about his death and what DThang would have been involved in if DThang was still alive, man. Hey, sometimes they is right, man. You escape life with death. You escape jail from death, or you escape it from just doing the right thing, man. But anyways, Lil Durk brother, OTF DThang. DThang, they grew up on Green Street. You know, they always show their address. Even though Lil Durk and them don't really mess with them, DThang, he always still reach back to where he came from. Actually, the areas that they in tour with, like far as Wiggle and all that, man, them his daddy blocks. I could never understand how, you know, like they was in tour with them, but them they daddy blocks, like them they family, most of they families, you know, and Mr. they cousin, you know, I would have thought DThang would have stepped in that too. But DThang, he always played the background. He always played the shadows in the background, but he always was in a picture. And when you always in a picture, you know, you just as good as gone as them. If a person can't catch you, they might get your brother. You know, they might figure like, oh, your brother important. That'll bring him out, you know. DThang, he knew a lot of people, man, because he knew a lot of people, especially from the low end. If you see pictures from him with people from the low end, he was going to Dunbar High School. He went to Dunbar High School, so that's on the low end. So he went to school with damn near everybody from the projects. So he knew a little bit more people than just the people who was on 2 blocks. That was the oldest brother of Durk. OTF Chino, that was his friend. That was his best friend. You know, once Durk got big, they got to maneuvering around blocks. OTF DThang knew majority of the low end. So that it was easy for Durk to be able to go somewhere because he went to school with majority of somebody from OBN. I mean, not OBN, but the Wells, the IDB Wells, or State Street, or 4-6, or 5th Ward. He went to school with them, so he know them. So it was easy for Durk to get in. You know, he played a lot of roles of Durk relationships with people by him being a little brother, and he would play a vital role in Durk music career once OTF Chino was gone. I was actually at a Dunbar reunion. I went with one of my homies. And you know, I just had got out of jail and shit. My homie was like, "Man, come to this reunion, bro. You might be at the bumper hole or something," you know. So I go to the reunion with him, you know, and then it turned out to a big shootout. And DThang ended up right by me. You know, my homie introduced us. He was with me and my homie. So, you know, my homie was sitting there talking to him for a minute. They was laughing and joking, kicking the bobos. And then next thing you know, my homie walk off. Like, I'll be right back. I'm finna go and holler at this girl. When he walk off, man, that's when all the guns came out and niggas got to shooting at each other on Peoria like a standoff. And DThang was by me, and that was the last time that I ended up seeing DThang. And this was like 08. I haven't seen DThang. Like, he wasn't no type of person to be hanging on the blocks. None of that. But as the time was going on, the drill, you know, you would start seeing DThang more. You seen him getting into it with Mubu and them for Lil Durk. He was the fighter. He wasn't no gun player. He was the fighter. He was the one who was gonna fight, you know, so that's what he came up. That's what he was known as when Lil Durk be rapping. Like, DThang gonna lace you up. He gonna beat you up, you know. And DThang just accepted that role, you know, and study playing the background. My little brother now got a million ops. he figured his way into the role of helping his little brother succeed and making it to the top. Chino was his manager, though. Chino was Lil Durk's manager, but that was OTF DThang friend. That was his friend. So at the time, he was his manager. He was just going along with it. But Chino would end up getting killed, and then DThang ended up taking over. And when he took over, DThang planned to go to the top. That was his whole plan, man. He seen a vision that ain't nobody seen. Like, Chino was helping Durk. He was helping Durk. But the contract that Chino had Durk in, it was like, shit, Durk owed the people. He was in the Def Jam with him and Lil Reese. They was in the whole French Montana and them. They was in the whole, Durk was down still. Until DThang damn near took over. And then that's when they went to the top. That's when they took off. DThang was involved with some things before he got killed. He was involved with some things, and I'm pretty sure he had a big target on his back from just hanging with his little brother. But it had came out in the report that DThang will be arrested right now with the old Block 6. Him, Zell Money, and King Von. They're accusing DThang of funneling the money to King Von for the price that's on Duck that they put on Duck head. That's what they basically saying. DThang funded it. DThang accepted a phone call from Teezy, letting them know that Duck downtown. DThang gave the green light. This is what all this in the federal report. Y'all can go and look at it yourself. And Teezy was the last person who talked to DThang before the cars came flying up, and Teezy got off the phone with him. Now I heard the audio, and you can hear the audio. You can hear them talking back. You can hear Teezy talking. You can hear all that shit. And Teezy was talking to him. At first, he was begging for DThang number, but then DThang called his phone, and then he got to tell them that Duck down there and all that shit. Why would Teezy ask for DThang? Because that's the money that he gonna get. He can't get to the dirt, So he figured that by calling DThang, he can cut everybody out and get his money. But that was a bad idea for DThang to even accept a phone call or any of that. And someone of his friends supposed to say, "No, don't call him, bro. Let us call him. No, don't attack Duck downtown. We ain't gonna do that down there." Nobody used their head. But DThang would end up getting killed. He ended up getting killed. And when he got killed after Duck got killed. And it's all karma to me, man. Everything is karma. This whole situation, man, is just karma. All of them. Everybody who died behind Duck, it's just karma, man. All the stirring up the dead. All them part of it. It took 12, 13 dudes to plot and to get Duck. You know what I'm talking about? It was just wicked. But I understand what people gonna say. There's no rules to getting a person. There's no rules to fight. If you fight somebody, kicking them in the nuts or, doing something and scratching their eyeballs out, it's fair. So I understand where everybody come from. It's fair. They had to do what they had to do, and they got Duck. But they left a major problem now. They left a major problem with everybody. Because DThang was supposed to be the one who signed Duck. Now, DThang, he helped out a lot of people. He put them on. Everybody who I see say like Dirk just got their contracts and blackballing them, whatever you want to say. But everybody who he put on, like OTF Temo, Memo, King Von, like DThang gave all the people who was popping the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Popping. And then they even started popping even more. Like Memo's supposed to be way longer headed than he is. But by DThang dying, hey, it killed all of it. Dirk don't plan on pushing nobody but himself, man. He don't plan on pushing nobody. He only push people, man, to show people that. He only pushes artists to show people that, yeah, I see I'm pushing them. Everything happened with me, but he really don't want to do no song with them. They ass garbage. I wouldn't want to do no song with none of them, bro. D-Ski, Zoo, all them garbage, bro, on everything. Von was the hottest thing, and Memo is the coldest thing. Memo the coldest thing that's right now, as far as OTF. Lil Law, he decent. But, man, hey, after a while, ain't nobody gonna want to hear that shit, man. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Ain't nobody want to go, I ain't say nothing, and I ain't say, and ain't nobody gonna want to hear that. So, DThang gave a lot of people opportunities, man. He gave a lot of people opportunities. The money grew when he became Dirk manager. You know, he became famous in the song of B.O.N. When Dirk made the B.O.N. His name became out there because it's another D-Thang that's in the streets, D-Thang, that everybody know in Chicago. So when you say D-Thang off top, when I first got on YouTube, and people was like, hey, you know about D-Thang? I wasn't thinking of Dirk brother. I was thinking of the other D-Thang who in the feds. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can look him up yourself though, but it's another D-Thang. No, he ain't in the feds. His brother Murder is, but D-Thang, it's another D-Thang that streetwise, when you say D-Thang, I think you talking about him. But they was talking about this D-Thang. So D-Thang will end up dying. He'll end up dying, and we're going to get back to the rest of the story. He will end up dying. I never heard of D-Thang killing nobody. I never heard that he was none of that. Every situation that I heard of D-Thang is he was fighting somebody. I feel like with this story, D-Thang was never supposed to be in Harvey at a strip club. Your brother getting $200,000-$300,000 a show. You his manager, so you getting 20% of all breaks. Everything that's a deal, you get 20% of his money. D-Thang had multiple businesses, man. He had foreign cars, and when you come to the city, you can be in Porsches and Lamborghinis and all that shit. He had that. And he had trucking companies. He had a lot of stuff, man. He had a lot of stuff. He was behind the business, the brains behind OTF. Like anybody, all them who had OTF, they could never do nothing with it. They wasn't gonna get rich, man. D-Thang had to come along and stand on business, man. And that's how they end up catching the flame of catching the being rich. But the brother of rapper Lil Durk was shot to death outside a Harvey strip club early Sunday, and a police officer was wounded in a separate shooting. Deontay Banks, 32 years old, known by his rap name, OTF DThang. He wasn't a rapper at all. He was just Dirk brother. Was shot outside of a strip club in a 17,000 block of South Halsted, just after 12:20 p.m. Sunday. Police said Banks was shot in the head and died at the scene. An autopsy is expected to be performed. Just before the shooting, Harvey police officer observed a person possessing a gun, and altercation ensued, and the officer Mohammed sustained a gunshot wound from an unidentified suspect. He was treated by doctors and released from the hospital in good condition. Later on that night, police responded to a deadly shooting in the 100 block of West 155th Street. The victim, Seneca Price, was pronounced dead at the South Suburban Hospital. Police believe that shooting may have been in retaliation. No one is in custody at the time of the shooting, and as authorities continue to investigate. No one is still in custody. No one is still in custody. We seen some article come out that we seen an article come out that 2 dudes got killed on Ashland. People was trying to link that. You know, Lil Durk always brag about that. They asked him what he want for his birthday, and they say his brother killer's already gone. So I'm just gonna assume that there ain't gonna be no people. They gone. Now, I don't know if y'all was paying attention to the news like 3 weeks ago. It was 2 guys who got indicted. One on the run right now, and one got caught. They killed the guy. At like a work center, like at a CAP center, at a Save the Children, like one of them after school programs. What the churches be doing, where the people be safe passage. So he was working like a safe passage program in the hundreds on 111, and as he was leaving out, some guys ambushed him with some Dracos and a switch. They had ambushed this guy. This guy got shot over 11, 12 times. He got gunned down, and then they ran off. Well, they end up getting RICO, and then the RICO, they trying to tie this guy up to these guys up. They tying the guy up who got killed. They saying that this was the guy who was allegedly to kill Lil Durk brother. So we'll see what's going on with that RICO. It was 2 guys from the hundreds. I think they from Risky Road or some shit. I think these guys from Risky Road, and they got federally indicted. One still on the run, but another one, see, they connecting this to D-Thang. Now, with the FBG duck case, D-Thang, not only was he on the phone, but O-Block Dave had confirmed that D-Thang was the leader. D-Thang was the one who passing out the money. And, that D-Thang was involved in a lot. Now, if you would have asked me, DThang, like, he was just around, he was just a manager and all that. But, to the streets, you can't be playing them type of games, man. You can't be up in there with people disrespecting people, dead people. You got the money, you putting on people. Cause whether he put on somebody honest, somebody was still gonna kill him, man. And that's sad in Chicago, bro. Like, if you helping an op, we seen this with Bo Deal. OG Bo Deal. Bo Deal had made a song with P. Rico and them. He made a song with Boss Top and them at first. He was in a video with Waka Flocka and them. He was in a video with Boss Top and them. Then he went to go and make a song. He got over Gotti, and they did a song with P. Rico, Killer Kells, and all that. And then Boss Top and them called him an op, say he can't come back to O Block. And that's what led to Bo Deal making a song, I'm a op. If I'm a op, then pop you. So whether he had did it honestly or he was just putting them on, through profit, they was going to kill DThang anyway, man. DThang did talk to Lil Durk. We know for a fact because DThang baby mama, she said if she had to get on the stand, she would have. Only reason why she didn't get on the stand because they had they had agreed to they just want that thrown out. They don't care about it. Not the states, the defendants, lawyers wanted it thrown out. So they end up throwing out her thing because they knew if they would have used her, she would have definitely got them hung. Because she said that DThang, she did purchase the phones, and Teezy did call her phone, and DThang was the one who talked to him. That's called conspiracy. Hey, Trenches News, they ain't got no proof of what he said. He could have called DThang. Hey, when you calling somebody in the commission of crime on tape and telling them that a subject is down there who needs to be killed, and you talking about he got to go because my baby mama gonna laugh that they chase me, that's a murder. If you don't call the police after that, man, you involved, bro. And conspiracy could carry anything that they want to give you, man. This is feds we talking about. We not talking about Chicago police, Atlanta police, or none of that shit. We talking about federal. Federal. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug and them got it sweet because they in the states. But if they was in federal, they'll have it good. But OTF DThang would be charged, safe to say. Him, King Von, and Zell Money. I remember when King Von had stated like, DThang gave me $100,000. But we were saying that Von with the shit. We seen Von pass out $1 million though. So I don't really know about the money on Duck head. I don't know, man. But the chains, they cost $7,500. And to everybody out there, Von did not buy all them chains before Duck got killed. Von only brought 2 chains for itself. And then he purchased the rest after Duck got killed. So just so everybody to know that, man. And yeah, DThang, he is involved. DThang, he helped Durk with the money. I still don't see how DThang ended up at a club in Harvey. Your brother got over 200,000, man. You doing walkthroughs in Atlanta for 20,000, 30,000, he said one day on the live. Like, I'm finna go and walk through for 30,000. You know what I'm saying? What is you in Chicago and Harvey for? Like, that club is a straight hole in the wall shootout. Like, I don't understand that, man. But, it's common, man. God put everybody in the positions and in the place of your time. It's safe to say that you got to out date, you got a due date and an out date. You hear me? You come in this rural stumbling, you leave out stumbling. That's if you make it old. You're going to leave out stumbling. When you come in this rural, you wearing a pamper. When you get old, you wearing a pamper, man. You get it? So tell y'all kids, man, you get that money rapping or whatever, man. Take advantage of that money. Because soon you start passing it out, man, that's when RICO. It's called RICO, man. You passing it out to criminals. It ain't about helping your friends, man. It's about illegal activities, man, that your friends doing and you passing out the money. So basically they saying you funding it. And that's what they trying to put on, that's what they putting on DThang, man. He funded the hit. It was alleged that Teezy got $5,000. We never seen Teezy with DThang before that. But we seen Teezy on the picture, man. Count some money with DThang after that. And the picture's worth 1,000 words, man. It's sad. It's sad, man, but it's common, man. All them people who lost their life. DThang them, they lost everything around them. Newski, Chino, all the host of rappers that he done put on, all the host of friends that they know, But DThang, he's from Green Street. He's not from nowhere else. He from Green Street. All the blocks that they was in tour with, Like, the GD blocks, bro, that was they daddy blocks, bro. Like, hey, if you go to jail with somebody and they GD from that area, they'll be like, we ain't into it with Lil Durk now on everything. Because they daddy, they uncles, they families now from them blocks. You know, from the 70s, bro. Like, so that's another thing, man. But yeah, Crump, he hated DThang and he hated Durk, man. He always talked about him. Everybody who played with each other talked about each other. Like, that whole crowd that was in that fight, man. Majority of them boys gone, man. Lil Durk left now. They left everything to Lil Durk now. So by DThang answering that phone call for Teezy, and he gone. Hey, somebody gotta pick up that slab. Somebody got, I just can't go in a restaurant and eat a steak, and I came in with you, and then the people ain't gonna ask you why I disappeared to after they done put the plate on the table. Somebody gotta pay for that steak. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say, but somebody gotta pay for that steak or somebody going. And that's the whole thing with the stakes of them doing that to Duck. Look at it. Day got killed. Day damn near got killed trying to backdoor Duck before his cousin Moowop. DThang answered the phone call that day, and you know what I'm saying, and it looked like he green lighted it. A picture's worth 1,000 words. When you say a picture's worth 1,000 words, that means whatever in that picture, a person's opinion, they can have whatever opinion they want. You open the door for them to say whatever they want to, and that's what y'all need to start learning. Before you commit a crime, bro, think like the jury gonna think. Think of how the prosecutors gonna prosecute your ass before you commit these crimes out here. Killing each other for nothing, man. Killing each other just to say we up on the scope. Killing each other, and then coming on live bragging about the crimes. You know what I'm saying? But they did leave Lil Durk a mess, man. And, they been dodging a lot of shit, man. But we'll see. But this story on OTF DThang, man, DThang a real dude, too. He left his friend. I don't know if y'all know his friend Nut, who be in there, man. He left his friend a bankroll, man. Left his friend to some businesses. That's what you lead to people, man. His baby mama. People say that his baby mama with Money Duke and all that. Man, life goes on, man. Life goes on, bro. Life goes on. You hear me? Life goes on. It might be bad to somebody else, but shit, life goes on, bro. She chose who she picked. Now, her choice of picking him and knowing that, they used to be around each other, that's one thing. But I don't think Duke and DThang was friends at all, man. I don't think they was friends, man. They was around each other through Von. And because if Von wouldn't have never made it, man, we wouldn't have never heard about DThang or Durk being in O Block. Well, Lil Durk was, because he did a song with what's her name? He did a song with Boss Top now. But we wouldn't have never heard of none of them, man. They wouldn't have been in O Block the times they was in O Block if we wouldn't have never heard of Von, man. And that's why I tell y'all should thank Mikey. Because if Mikey wouldn't have did that, Von would have never been out here. Everybody will still be alive, though, if Mikey wouldn't have did that shit. So not thank him. We could blame him, too. Because if Mikey would have never did that, they both would have went down. We would have never heard of Von. Duck would be alive. And everybody probably still be alive. Teezy wouldn't have never made the phone call, probably. But y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I'll be back at y'all with another story, man. I'm coming with some heat today, man. Another story, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Hey, if you got any extra clothing, hats, scarves, gloves, man, make sure you pass it out, man. Shout out to my moderators, man. Made Media Magazine, go and follow them. At the one and only real NC. At the one and only NC. Go and follow her. Beezy Baby, Keon Baby Online, Queen Lotus 126, or Street Science TV. Sparks Visuals, man, if you need a visual. Kenny Rogers, man, 2006. Dro the Mob, man, and Chris Parlow 773. Man, y'all go and follow them. Savage Black too, man. This Trenches News, man. My mind is my nine. Tell your kids that you can only go one way, and that's straight way, man. Don't try to go left or right. Left is death, right is jail, man. Remember, they only say free you, man, because it's free. They say free you, but don't send you shit. That don't add up, man. Hey, but y'all be safe on this weekend. I'll be back at y'all with more content. I'm out!